The US-Mexico border is once again a focal point. As of February 7, 2025, approximately 3,600 active-duty troops are stationed there. Their mission is clear: achieve 100% operational control. This means securing every inch of the border. Underground tunnels, above-ground crossings, and even air and sea routes are all under scrutiny. This surge includes 1,500 new deployments. A logistics brigade from Fort Liberty is on the ground. Soldiers from the 10th Mountain Division are also present. Their tasks are varied. They are installing concertina wire, a stark visual reminder of the border's hardening. The troops provide transportation and intelligence support to Border Patrol agents. They are the backbone of a massive logistical operation. This show of force is a clear message. Illegal crossings will not be tolerated. The deployment comes amidst a climate of heightened tension. The Trump administration has made border security a top priority. The deployment is part of a larger strategy to deter illegal immigration. The Trump administration argues that these measures are necessary to protect national security. Critics, however, argue that the militarization of the border is inhumane and ineffective. They point to the humanitarian cost of these policies, arguing that they disproportionately harm vulnerable populations. The troop surge is not a unilateral action. It's part of a complex dance between the US and Mexico. Mexico has deployed 10,000 of its own troops to patrol its side of the border. This deployment is a direct result of negotiations between the Trump administration and the Mexican government. The two countries are cooperating on several fronts. They share intelligence and coordinate enforcement operations. Mexico has also agreed to accept deported migrants. This agreement has been crucial in facilitating the Trump administration's deportation efforts. Despite this cooperation, tensions remain. The Trump administration has pressured Mexico to take a harder line on immigration. It has threatened tariffs and other economic penalties if Mexico does not comply with its demands. This pressure has strained relations between the two countries. Mexican officials have accused the US of bullying and of violating its sovereignty. The situation at the border is a delicate balancing act. Both countries are trying to protect their interests while maintaining a workable relationship. The impact of the Trump administration's border policies is already being felt. Apprehensions at the southwest border have plummeted by 70% in the last 6 months of 2024 compared to the same period in 2023. This decline can be attributed to a number of factors. The increased military presence is a deterrent. The cancellation of asylum application appointments has also had an impact. Many migrants are now too afraid to even attempt the journey. While apprehensions are down, deportations are up. In 2024, the US deported approximately 700,000 people. This is the highest number of deportations since 2010. Over 4,000 migrants were expelled in a single week in January 2025 alone. The Trump administration has made it clear that it intends to continue this trend. It has streamlined the deportation process and expanded the categories of people who are eligible for deportation. The administration argues that these measures are necessary to enforce immigration laws. Critics argue that they are cruel and inhumane. The situation at the border is taking a toll on both migrants and those who work there. Migrants face dangerous journeys and harsh conditions in detention. The Trump administration's policies have made it more difficult for them to seek asylum. The cancellation of temporary protection programs has left many in limbo. The revocation of birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants has sown fear and uncertainty. The climate of fear is palpable. Many migrants are afraid to seek medical attention or other essential services. The humanitarian response to this crisis has been significant. The Diocese of Ciudad Juarez, led by Bishop José Guadalupe Torres Campos, has been a beacon of hope. They provide shelter, food, and legal assistance to migrants. The Mexican Bishops' Conference has also stepped up its efforts, providing support to migrants throughout Mexico. These organizations are working tirelessly to meet the needs of a growing population. The situation at the border is complex and constantly evolving. It is a humanitarian crisis that demands attention and compassion.